Okay.
Okay, like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by this girl who's supposed to be in her room working, but for some reason she always finds her way to come here and bother me. I don't know why she does that, but she
I
likes
came
to
in
bother
here to
me.
find out where my money is at.
And she's very rude. I'm trying to tell y'all the update on my journey. I keep telling y'all, this is what I deal with. Because I don't record it, because I haven't been recording. But this is what I deal with every day. Not just some days.
You lie.
Every day. Every day. But anyway, I'm very.
I was living in the clouds, yeah.
Hello, welcome back to Cooking and Baking with Yasmin. I just wanted to come on here today and fill you in on my doctor's appointment I went to that I was so eager to hurry up and get to so I can get some type of answers to so somebody can say, girl, you're not crazy. This is really going on for you. It's really happening. And I was very excited. And I left feeling good when I left my appointment. And I still feel good. They did a panel on me for my hormones. They checking my hormones. They did a full panel. They checking my cortisol. So I'm just, like I said, I'm very optimistic. And I'm hopeful. So I want to be very, very clear on this journey. My main focus was my blood in the beginning. And when I got discharged from the hospital, you could be at an 8 and they could let you go home. From a 6 to 8. They got me up to an 8. I think it was an 8.1 or 7. I don't even remember. But I was an 8 back in October. And I remember the reason I started this journey was to show you how I do. I rather prefer to do it natural as opposed to getting iron infusions, because I told y'all my experience back in the days with the iron injections. They didn't do well for me. It caused a lot of issues with me and with my heart, in my opinion. Nobody else has to say, but I know what I was getting in my body at that time. And, a lot of stuff. It didn't make me feel good. It made me feel horrible. It made me horrible. So, like I said, the main purpose was, like I said, I was 8. And I told you I wanted to, when I go back to my appointment, to my follow-up appointment, because she wanted to see me within a month. And I said I was going to get it up. And I told you I was doing the smoothies, the green smoothies, spinach, a cup full of spinach. Sometimes I'll put 2 in there. And I use the baby organic spring mix. I always get organic spring mix or organic spinach, the baby spinach. I was doing 2 cups of spinach. I was doing some frozen organic mango. I know people are like, what is this? Hey, you don't have to do that. You can get spinach because you can get I prefer, when it comes to my vegetables and certain things, that's just me. Like I said before, it doesn't mean you have to, but for me, it has worked. Because remember I told you I had 4 fibroids originally, 4. In my diet, I was eating a very strict diet. I wasn't eating no meats with hormones. I was buying organic air-chilled chicken from Whole Foods. At that time, I was finding it up there at Walmart when I was in Coral Springs. So I always try to get hormone-free chicken if I ate chicken. But back then, I was eating more, wild caught salmon, and if I did do beef, it had to be grass-fed organic ground beef. So that's what I was doing. Most all my fruits, anything that I have to put directly in my mouth, it's organic. My apples, grapes, organic. Oranges, I don't really care if those are organic or not because it has a thick peel on it. So I'm taking the peel off, I'm not eating it. Now, if I'm using some type of orange peel in some type of food, or if I'm baking with it, I will get organic. Because I believe in putting the best ingredients in my food and my clients just as well. I don't give them no artificial stuff. They get the best. When they get anything, when they buy from me, when they get their stuff, it's it's organic and it's good. But getting back to what I was saying, I was doing that with the smoothie, and I was putting a teaspoon of spirulina. I was doing it, and I was doing the spinach. I was doing the green vegetables, the broccolis, and all that. And I was doing the liver. I hate liver. Yeah. It's disgusting. But I ate it. Because I know the lady said, do this will get your numbers up. And it did. My iron was 8. And I was trying to build it. I was feeling horrible. Remember I told you my sister had to come over here and give me a B12 shot in my behind? But anyway, all that, it's up to a 12. Just from October, and we in November. It's a 12. It never got that high when I was getting my iron injections. It never got that high. I was getting iron injections I was going by almost for like 2 days out the week, getting iron infusions in my arm. Had to sit in there for 5 hours and sit there and get injections in my arm. And the most it brung it up to, and I stopped after that because when I seen it, they only took it from my iron back in 2016. I'll never forget when they were trying to build it up. It was a 9. When I went back to my doctor and they took my hemoglobin, it was a 10. I said, this is not worth it. All the side effects I was getting, I was sneezing, nose running, eyes was watering and hurt. I had this hazy feeling in my head like I was catching a cold. No, it was the worst. I stopped. I said, I'm not doing that anymore. And at that time, I was like, okay, let me just do the thing. Because like I said, I wasn't doing no liver. I wasn't doing liver back then. But I was doing the iron pills. I had got back on my iron pills, taking them like I was supposed to. And that built it up, of course, because it's a pill. But I did it this way without the iron pills. And I built it up. And of course, my vitamins that I take, can't go wrong without your vitamins. You got to have that too. My vitamins I was taking, that helped to bring it up. So that's the main purpose of me starting this vlogging about my health. So I got it up. Now the stress issue, when I was telling her about my symptoms, so the first thing she did was she came in the room, she introduced herself, she asked me my name and all this other stuff, and we hit it on. And she's a young female, black female. She's African American. She's from Africa. Her family's from Africa. She's 35 years old. And the first thing when I was talking to her, very professional, bedside manner. She gets a star. She's a star in my book. But anyway, it was good. She listened to me, and the stuff I was just telling her, it's like she relates. Somebody who knows. She said she referred everything what I was saying back to us in a whole, what we do with, what we deal with, women in general, that we take a lot of stuff on and we carry the load. A lot of times we don't have anybody to, drop the load. We don't have it, so we're left stuck with the load, and all that is very stressful, especially when you like I said, a job. I know a lot of people say some people don't got jobs. I get that, but a lot of people are not happy in their jobs. They're just working. They're like robots. They're just going. I don't want to do that. I'm getting older, and I want to be around. I want to be around as much as I can, as long as I can, to see my kids, to see them work, to see what they do. Maybe have some grandkids. Not now, but one day down the line when they're married and they, there's stuff like that. But no. I don't want to be a grandparent right now. No. That's no. It's all good, but I don't want that. I got some beautiful nieces and nephews, and I got some gorgeous, great nieces and nephews. I love them. But me, I'm not ready for that. But I want to be around. So I want to take the necessary steps I got to do to be around more. And like I said, before I went back to work, I was fine. I didn't have none of these issues. I was fine because I was doing what I had to do because I was here taking care of myself. But like I said, when you're up and running, we the ones that lose in the end. We're doing everything. And for people that say, I don't knock any woman. Women that stay at home and hold down the front and take care of their kids, the household, dinner, that's a job. So when people used to say to me, "Oh, she don't do nothing, she don't work," you know, you got some people that don't get me wrong. I ain't talking about all women, but you do got some women that hold it down and do everything. They paying the bills, they the bookkeeper, they the housekeeper, they the chef, they the bake, they doing everything. That's a full-time job. That's a full-time job. So when people say to me, "That's not real," I feel upset. You know, I never was a homebody. I never was a housewife. Never did that. But when I was home for that time, for them 2 years, I enjoyed it. I took that role very seriously because it was time for me to develop whatever I needed to develop. If I had to do things for my kids, I was available for them. And they were younger then, you know. They needed mama at home. I didn't put my kids in daycare. They were home. So that was a necessary time in their lives that I was able to be here with them. So, you know, like I said, it's you have to really take care of yourself. You have to become your own advocate. Get to know your body. See, the good thing about me, I know my body. I know my body. My back was hurting out the blue. I didn't have no other symptoms. I didn't have no SVT. I didn't have none of that. I was tired and my back was hurting really bad. And when I first told her from the first time, I'm like, no, my back hurting. I never took the muscle relaxer she gave me. Because I'm like, how you giving me a prescription for a muscle relaxer and you don't even know what's wrong? She didn't do anything. She did blood work, but she didn't do anything more. And come to find out, back pains are very much common with people when they're anemic, when their hemoglobin is low. Who knew? I didn't know. I knew I didn't twist anything. I know I didn't fall. I know first thing I kept saying, well, did I hurt myself when I was opening up a gate or something? I don't know what it was. So I go to the person who I think care about my health but don't. And she gave me a muscle relaxer. And I knew right then was something wrong. So when I went back, I didn't go back to her. I went to my old doctor up the road who I was up when I was in Coral Springs. So I went to see him. And lo and behold, that's what it was. And that's what led me to doing this video with y'all, aside from the cooking. Because that's what happened. I had a slight, just a slight. I had to scale back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I had to scale back and get back on here and let you all know this is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. I prefer to do a lot of things natural. That's just me because I've had experiences with over-the-counter medicines and drugs, and the ones you could just go in there and buy. Like for instance, some people could take a Tylenol. I can't take Tylenol. Tylenol costs my heart to race. In order for me to say this, is because I experienced it. I can't just say something if I didn't go through it. I'm telling you something that I went through on my own. This is what happened to me. When you get so burnt out, stress, like people, we hear this saying all the time, you know, stress kills. Stress does kill. But honestly, when your body is stressed, when it gets to that point, guess what? You're burnt out. That's where I'm at now. I was there just in 2016. I was burnt out. They couldn't find anything. Oh, they did everything with my heart. They did a CT scan. They did everything you could think of. Echoes. Oh, your heart is fine. They checked my thyroid. They did all of that. They couldn't find nothing. One lady I'm telling you, the doctor was actually in the ER. He was sitting up doing like this, standing there looking like, because he didn't know what was wrong. But I knew. I said, it's got to be stress. And I was stressed. Same scenario. When I took this job, it was fine. It was peaceful. I was at peace. I didn't have no issues. Soon as the different force came in, that's when everything went downhill for me. That's when it went downhill. And it haven't been good since. You know, I deal with things life bring me. I deal with that. Your body is equipped to deal with certain things. Certain things you can't deal. That's what I call unnecessary. You don't have to be a necessary. I'm not a slack worker. I do my job. I come to work. I do what I have to do. I don't need somebody sitting there nitpicking with me. It's almost like this individual wanted me out that position. Maybe he wanted to put somebody else there. But honey, I'm going to tell you something. That person can have it. Because one thing I would not do, and I'm saying this because it's the truth, I would no longer sit on the job. I could kid with a lot of my family members and my friends, and we laugh. But let me tell you something, the stuff I dealt with on that job with this nasty individual that just wanted to nitpick with me for whatever reason. Because he had his own agenda. He won't do it again. I will not get out my bed, take any more time, precious time from my kids to divulge any more of my energy and my presence in a dead-end situation. Yeah, you could pray for them all you want, but you better pray for yourself. That's what they say. Yeah, just pray for them. They pray for me. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking care of me. I got to make sure I'm right. Because if I'm not right, nobody right. And right now, I don't need to be stressed. It's like I could sit here and I'm looking like, wow. Write the stuff down. I jot it down. I've been doing it for a while. I already knew. The lady was saying the same thing. She said, yeah. She said, it sounds like your body is up. Everybody said the same thing. The ER doctor, first thing he said, he didn't say no anxiety. He said, it sounds like your body's up under chronic stress. Stress leads to anxiety and everything else. No, everybody think when you go there, what's going on? Nobody asks what's going on in your life. What did happen? That day asked, well, what has happened for this to go on? So I had to tell her, I lost my father in 2019. I lost the one man that validated me all my life. That was a big blow. Something I'm learning, it doesn't go away. Some people, I've heard people tell me they've lost this person. And then I found out they didn't have the same relationship. So I used to think, okay, their parents not the same. It doesn't hit the same. It hits more for me because this man was a driving force in my life every day of my life. He didn't get to see his daughter, you know what I'm saying, turn the big menopause age. I'm not saying my age, but anyway, he didn't get to see that. And it's like we was always that type of family that we was always around each other. My daddy was always a part of my life. So when I told her that, she was like, wow. She said that all that goes in with the depression. Yeah. When I tell my other doctor, oh, you want to send me to a psychiatrist? You can send me to a psychiatrist. You want to put me on Lexapro? Why? What's wrong with my brain? Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm not crazy. I didn't tell you I see little green man walking across my shoulder. Hold on. Because my mom was so rude. She called me and I'm doing my video. She's so disrespectful. She's very disrespectful. But I'm going to go. I'm going to end this video. I ain't mean to get off track. I had to vent a little bit. But, remember, be blessed. And as always, be a blessing.